I was watching the Young Turks, and over the weekend, a 15-year-old male, black, was shot and killed by police officers. And I get that. People are bored with it. They're tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. It raises questions that I've had a while, but I'm curious. Why is it that when you hear about someone who resists arrest from an officer, that's like a harsh penalty? If someone attacks an officer, that's a harsh penalty. It's like, he struck an officer of the law. Okay, that's like almost the creme de la creme things, as weird as it sounds. What about when someone swears or gives threatening gestures at the officers? It's kind of the same thing. An officer of the law is placed on a pedestal. I mean, they're like so up there, but not as far sometimes as a veteran. And veterans, I just don't give them the respect that others say I'm supposed to give them. That's another topic. I want to know, why is it that the citizens, no one ever, it's like we don't have standards. Why doesn't anyone say the officer shot a civilian? The officer shot a taxpayer. The officer wrongfully pained a family due to his or her misjudgment or prejudice or something. Why doesn't anyone, say that stuff? Doesn't it seem to make sense that if we find ourselves equally as important as a police officer, then maybe there'll be more of an outcry and there might be some forced change of legislations. I mean, when it comes to cops versus civilians, there is a gap. And I know I've already said it. I know it just bugs me because I'd like to think I'm important. What about you? Don't you think your ability to take your next breath is important? I mean, if we have amendments that allow us to protect our families, why can't we protect ourselves from the cops? If someone breaks into your home and you protect your home, you whoop their ass or you shoot them, depending upon the force that they are attempting to use against you. I mean, doesn't it make sense that you should be able to protect yourself from a cop? If you are being pulled over, you have a gun, or someone has a gun, or something, or you don't, and you're just really good at Krav Maga or something, and a cop pulls their weapon, and you voluntarily disarm that cop, render that cop useless to further try to kill you. Why is that seen as a felony? Why is that seen as punishment for up to 25 years to life for ensuring that you don't die by a cop's hand? Why is a cop's word far more important than a citizen's word? Why don't we have standards to say, hey, if this is a country based on equality, then your authority should not rule over me? I mean, now, I know cops are here to protect and serve, or serve and protect, but I have not seen that on any cop cars recently. Have you? Look at the cop cars when you go out. Look at them. Can you find to protect and serve, or to serve and protect written anywhere on them? Just look for it. I think that, as citizens, taxpayers, as living, breathing, sentient beings, that we should be just as vital to life as any police officer. I think we should have rules and regulations that allow us to police the police, because the police have a right to kill. And just think about this. You might be bored of hearing about police killing unarmed black men and unarmed Latinos, or incarcerating them wrongfully. You might not care. But what happens when it happens to you? What happens when that happens to you and you've already gone out of your way to say that you don't give a damn? And then someone says to you, well, hey, now it's your turn. Deal with it. When you want to evade that, why don't we have a community standard where we can actually, pass our own kind of legalities to protect us? It's possible. That's why we have amendments. That's why states have their own constitutions, their Supreme Courts, and everything, from the ground up. It don't have to be what the president say. It doesn't have to be what Congress or the Senate, the Supreme Court. It doesn't have to be what any of them say. We can do this in our own communities. So what do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this post, please subscribe and share. This is Sedrik Cannady for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.